En dan zegt hij stop.
Dan ga ik nu kijken wat hij doet.
Ja.
Hij geeft hier aan een recording.
Oh ja, toch. Dat ik nu. Dus dat had ik net ook gedaan volgens mij. Dat was, snap ik dus dan. Oh nee, dat heb ik zo net niet gedaan. Nee, het was anders. Nee, nu zit ik in een recording. Ja. Oh, ik zit alweer in het beeld. Ja. Maar nu zit ik in recording, dat zie ik. Oh, nou zie ik het waar het. Ik kan nu zien waar de. Nee, maar ik wil wel met je praten, want het gaat over dat ik antwoord krijg. Maar je bent er nog niet in. Oh ja, oké. Ja, ja. Oh nee, dan moet ik nog even hier. Oh ja, doet hij meteen al. Oké. Is dat. Oh hier. Hey, hello. Ja, maar ik hoor je niet.
Hoor je me nu?
Ja,
Oké. Ik zie nu
ja,
bij de participants, zie
ja,
ik er 2 staan. Zie ik
ja.
jou als Rosemarijn host en er staat achter rek.
Oh, dan zie je dat. Ja. Ah, oké.
Zet hem nu eens uit.
Ja. Ja, oké. I already forgot again. Okay. It's wow, it's still learning. Okay, now the record is on. If you want to on YouTube, if you don't want on YouTube, like I say, please you can do your YouTube off, and if you don't want to be heard on YouTube, you can use the chat function, and can do it to everyone. And if you don't want that, you can do it to me for a special chat with you and me, and I read the message without calling your name or mentioning your name. So the question is for everybody, but I don't say who it is from. Okay, and then was something else I wanted to say. I already forgot. Okay. Um, okay. Now I will start. Uh, oh, no, and what I also wanted to say about the functions, I have unmuted everybody because I wanted to start. I want to start with chat with some telling something. And if I'm ready, I say it, and you can unmute yourself and ask a question or say something what you want. If you're ready with talking, please unmute yourself. And also, what I wanted to say about the when you have the camera on and you want to move somewhere to, I don't know, that doesn't matter, but please do your camera off, because when there's a lot of moving, the Zoom thinks you want to ask something. So if you're just moving for a cup of coffee or something like that, just do your camera off for a while, and then if you're just sitting and there's no movement, you can do your camera on. So that's more the function. Okay. Ah, okay, this is it. This is everything. This is everything. This is everything. And it's just everything. Apparently, everything. It's apparently there and it's not. So there's nothing happening. That's a big mystery. When there's a me, there's always a story. There's always everything seems to be very solid, very real. It seems that when you are real and other persons are real, there is a relationship, and when there's a relationship and you feeling there's something wrong still, or there's something missing, then it needs to be right, and it's looking for a good feeling about yourself, about the world, about feeling good, feeling free. Everybody has a different sense about feeling free, feeling together, feeling love. When there's a me, it seems that there's always something missing. There's always not yet right. When there's no me, it's just very obvious that it's, of course, it's already what is. It's already this. There's nothing needed. There's nothing going on. And there's also nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong, but there's also nothing right. There's no wrong. There's no right. There's just what is happening. And what is happening is not a thing, uh, because when there's a me, you're always looking like to something. You want to look, you want to understand, you want to feel it, you want to know it, you want to be sure. I don't know. And what this is all about, it's about not knowing. And that's for the me, it's very uncom- uncomprehensible, because not knowing is you can't explain. And when it's not about something, when I say this is it, the word this, that's everything. And that's also, it seems like a mystery, because then everybody can ask, well, what is it? What is that everything? That everything is, for example, it's the moving of the hand, it's the breathing, it's talking, it's sitting, it's the way the face is built. That's it. It's so simple, close. It's even closer than close, because it's not even close. Because when that's you think like close, it's like there's something and something else, and then the space in between is very close. But there is not two things, there's only one. Everything is only one. There's no two, there are no relationships, because there's no me. And it's when there's such a deep belief, and it's not only in the mind, but it's just embodied belief. When that's so strong, that's so normal to it doesn't seem a belief, it's just certain, or you know I'm there, or something like that. And when there's a me, there's always a looking. That the me is the doer, the looker. The me is the function, with the thoughts together. Seems that it has you could say it seems to have control, and there's time. And when there's a me, it's very sure there's time. When there's time, there's before and after. When there are relationships, when there's a me and another me, then there's responsibility, there's guilt, there's right and wrong. There's a whole story about going on, and when you're in the story, it's just the story. And sometimes the story is a bit it's less than before, so you don't believe so much anymore in the story. And then suddenly it's more the how do you say it? It's you can't say what it is. That's the awful thing. When I'm talking, I'm talking about how it is in the story, and then the other way around is outside the story. You can only say this, or it's everything, or it's already freedom. So those words are not really um, mentioning how it is. You can't say how it is. That's very strange. And in the same time, it's very normal. It's not special. It's just ordinary, normal. And it's not that somebody doesn't have a me. It's like it's different. It's not I have no me anymore. It's um, there is no Rose. There's only an apparent Rose. It's the body. You see the body sitting here, but it's there. It's only apparently there. It's there and it's not. So it's for the mind. It's a mystery. And when there's no me, when the whole survival system is collapsed, you could say, and that's also in the story, because when you say the survival system is collapsed, it's already a story. There is no survival system and there is no collapsing. So it's in that sense, it's an awful message, because and you talk in the story and the same time you say no, there is no story. And talking in the story is maybe more for to explain how it works when there's a me, and in the same time it's telling that there is no me, there's no story, there's only what is, and that's so small and simple. There's no now and then, there's only this. It's not even now, because when there's now, then it's already also there's then. So it's everything is new. Everything is new. This is new, and then there's no 5 minutes ago. It's already new. So there's only something new. Everything is new. That's what I think now stops. So if you want to say something or ask something, you can unmute yourself, or you can ask in a chat, of in a personal chat what you want. Hello, I see. Good afternoon.
Uh,
Hello.
hi,
Hello.
Rosemarijn.
Rosemarijn. Yeah, good.
I'm actually
Hi.
from Liège in Belgium, but I've lived in the UK a long time.
Mm,
But when I was in Belgium, the only thing, because I was French speaker,
yeah.
the only Flemish I remember how to say is "Ik spreek geen Nederlands."
Oh yeah, that's good. I can understand.
Yeah. Yes, it's so strange, the idea that there's no now and then, and
Mm,
because to me, even a sentence needs, a beginning, an end. So to me, a
mm,
sentence needs
mm,
a time. So
mm,
the idea that everything is fresh and there's just this,
mm,
uh, to the mind, it just,
mm.
to the me,
No,
it doesn't make any sense.
no, 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 no. I can
uh,
understand. Yeah. It
but
doesn't
yeah,
make sense. It doesn't make sense. You can't. You can stop trying to understand, because
yes,
you can't
yes.
understand. It's not about understanding. And maybe still there's some knowing, or behind that is that time is a bit odd. Sometimes something happened and you think, is it really happened? I remember, or maybe it seems a bit like a dream or something, like
Oh
maybe
yes,
that kind of. So in that direction, you could
yes,
say
yes.
a bit.
Oh yes, yes. I can relate.
Somewhere, somewhere, but in we're so used to time and before
yes.
and after and during and things like that. Yeah, sure.
I'm in the story.
Mm,
I relate a bit to that in the story where I could be driving up a motorway
mm,
and then thinking, how did I ever? What did I do in the last hour I've been driving? I have no you know, you can be
yeah.
talking and
Mm,
you've no idea how the
yeah.
car got
Yeah.
driven,
Oh yeah.
you know.
Mm, yeah. Yeah.
But it
Yeah. And the
that
odd thing
that's
is that's always that me is thinking you do it and you do
yes,
it because of da da da. And it's not
yes,
you. It's just happening.
yes, that's what I
Amazing.
mean. That's what I
Yeah.
can relate to things like
Mm,
that, because like, you know, there was no one there actually doing
mm,
the
yeah.
driving.
Mm, yeah. Yeah. Amazing. It seems like it's not possible, but it happens. It's the only thing that's happening because the me doesn't have any strength or power or whatever. It's just, God, it's just such a dream, but it seems so real and important and true. And I did
Yes,
say that or something like that. It's so strong and it's so embodied. So it's not even only that you think like that, but it's already so many years. It's so embodied. So and all the way everything around everybody around you is talking like that. So it's just so normal. It's not even questioned in a
yes,
way.
yes, yes, yes,
So when it's questions, it can be threatening, or it can be also people can be angry about it, or defending, or
yeah,
fear can come up. I don't know, or relief can also. Everybody's different.
yes, yes.
Yeah.
Like you say, you can't tell whatever happens. It just happens
Mm,
as it is in that moment. Like now, words just coming out
yeah.
and
Yeah.
for
And it's
nothing.
not even moment because then it's not. It's even
Ah,
the word moment is already naming what's happening. It's that's already a story in a sense. There's also no moment. That's an abstract making of that's what's happening. When there's talking, it's just talking. That's it. It's just that sense. It's just that movement. It's just that seeing. It's just nodding. That's it. That's everything. And it seems so small and so not important. And it's not how can I do my life like that? Oh my God, that's so strong. And there's no your life, but it's so deeply rooted that that is about you and your life, and how can I do it or manage it or anything. And when it's not about you, my God, it's amazing. Wow.
yes,
And it's so
yeah.
simple. It's,
It does sound
yeah,
like freedom.
yeah. It's so, yeah. And it's so, it's an addiction also because it's so, and it's not your addiction, but it's so, such a drive to go on. That me wants to survive. It's a survival system. when
Yes, yes,
there's when there's a separation that's a trauma somewhere and in that period that it can be in and out but there's usually a huge missing or maybe a feeling of not being good enough so there's it's built the brain is building or the brain or life is building a whole system of
yes, yes,
survival mechanisms and that's
yes,
also in the body it's not only
yes,
known yeah so whoa it's so strong
yes,
and it's not your survival mechanism it's just and even that is an explaining in the story because there is no survival mechanism because then it seems like oh I have to get rid of that survival mechanism or whatever but that what is happening is just maybe getting more tense, not getting a tense, being tense. That's it. Or something else. It's just every moment. It's not every moment. Everything is new. So it's tense, and then there's no reason, there's no because or why. But that's what we do a lot because of why is this? There's no why. There's no need for why. Mm. Mm.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. Bye. Mm. Hello? I can't hear you. I on about Andre.
Now?
Yeah, I can hear
Yeah.
you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Hello.
Yeah, I just messed. Hello. I just messed up with my mics. Uh,
Mm.
um, just say hello. It's when I was listening, I just thinking, not thinking. Yeah, it looks like it looks like we always want something. We always want to get something from whatever it happened. It doesn't matter if it's good, we want to continue it. If it's bad, we want to
Yeah.
try to rid of it, and
Yeah.
only want some benefits
Yeah.
from everything. It's
Yeah.
a, it's a, it's a strange. I don't know. Is it right or wrong? I find it very strange that we
Yeah.
are always in some projects in the
Yeah.
future in advance.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Uh, and I don't know where it comes from, but I mean I don't know how it arises, where it takes its source, or um, I mean why it happened, why it arises, because there is no when I try to look at it closer, I it does not, it even does not let's say it's it falls apart, because a lot of contradiction in this system
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
of doing a lot of contradiction,
Yeah.
and gaps, and I wonder how it's
Yeah.
how it's still there.
Yeah. But the me always will ask why. That's the me. Because you think that when I know I can do something with it, or I can understand it makes it more easy, or it will be better when I'm clear, and then I can maybe make the right choice, or everybody is different. There, there, the question why will always occur, and there will be no answer, because there is no answer. There is no cause or effect or anything. There's only what is. You can talk in the story about maybe separation, but that's just a story. It's there is no answer. It's just this, and that's the way you sit. The sitting is it already. So there's no need for an answer or to know. That makes it all. That's what the me does. It tries to in the story. It tries to. Oh, I see a chat. I will I will read it after this. In the story, there's always a looking and asking why or cause. What is the cause? Things like that. Because that's the looking. But this is about there's nothing happening, and there's only an apparent happening, and that's already what's what is. It's already, life is already this. It's the way you sit, the way you move. There's no need to change something. So it doesn't need an answer. There's no need for answers because it's already this. And this is so simple. It's just the breath, or sitting, or talking to somebody, or not listening, or I don't know what. And we're always in relationship with somebody else. So when there's a me, there is some sense of because there's two. This is some. It seems like there's a distance. It seems like it's not complete, or some of total, or something like that. So when there's a me, there's always a distance from what's happening, and that's the missing. And when there's a me, that there is no why it is like that. It's yeah, there is no why. When there's no me, and that can be in certain moments, then it's so obvious that the me is just a dream. It's not a really something what happens. It's only in a very convincing way of not only of thinking, but embodied uh, sense of about you. So it's that that's the dream. There's only that dream, and already that what's happening, what I say, this is what is, or this is what's happening, it's it's already there. It's already the way you sit with your hand like that. There's no wrong or no right. We are so used to this is right and this is not right, this is
Yeah,
better, this is
yeah.
worse. It's amazing. How is it possible? It's just it's just sitting like that, that's it. Or
Even
having
e-
clothes like that, that's it. And
even
still there's, sorry.
even how it's possible that we claim something for
Yeah,
it, or we need, because there is always need to do
yeah,
something with,
yeah,
even if when I listen to you, the, there is always, not always
yeah,
but often, okay, this is,
yeah,
how to say, the brain start to separate, it
yeah.
should be like this, it's not should be
Yeah, yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah, sure. That's how, yeah. It's amazing how it, and somewhere maybe it is heard, but it's not conscious, or you say it. And then somewhere it can be heard. And but in the mind, the me and the mind, we always try to find a way, or trying to pick something out of it that you can relate to, or do you understand, or something like that. And sometimes it's falling still. It's like, huh? What's this? And then there's something else. And already this, what I'm saying, is thinking, oh, I don't have that. Oh, maybe I should have that. It's always something like that, that you think you compare to in the speaking, like, oh, I don't have that. So it's not yet what is. I always thought I don't feel it. I don't feel it. And I'm not sure that there's a me, no me. So no, it can't be like this. But it has nothing to do with that. And that's so amazing. That is nothing to do with understand. You don't have to understand. You don't have to know. You don't have to feel it. You don't have to change. My God, it's you can't believe it. It's just so just what is. It's just what you ever longed for is already this. It's already this. You don't have to look for it because it's already there. It's already the way you move. The movement is it. That's it. Ready. Finished.
So all this story, it's not about me, I mean me as a center
Yeah.
of the universe, how we feel ourselves. It's not.
Yeah. The me seems to be the center, and when there's a me, it seems that it's everything is about you. You want to feel good. Or if you have pain, you want to get rid of that pain.
Yeah.
Go on. It's always
Less.
about everything is about you. And the strange thing is, there is no you. It's only in the mind, in the brain. There, that's the human brain is possible, is capable of abstract things. So it in the brain is in I don't know how it, but there's really, it's not only a belief, but it's really embodied system that there's a me and there's a possibility to choose and to have control. Just but because when there's when there's, as a baby you could say, there's only one, and suddenly the brain is for of a child is sophisticated enough to abstract. So it suddenly, when there's somebody coming in, or when there's a contraction in the body, suddenly it seems like it's happening to you, and that's the mind of the brain of the human. And then, because it's all, everybody around is also confirming it, so it gets a whole belief system, and very convincing that that you have a me, or that you are a me, not having a me, but you are that me. Oh my god, there's my phone ringing. Okay. And oh god, I
Yeah.
have to put it out. And wait. Okay.
And there is a
Uh,
Robin who wrote.
no, it's my husband is going to take it. Go die at this time.
There is a message from Robin who wants you
Yeah,
to
yeah.
answer.
But it's okay now for you. That's it
Yeah, yeah.
seems
I'm
to,
just
yeah. Okay.
I'm just like
Yeah.
in conversation.
Okay.
I didn't have a particular question. I just, it's like
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
you talk something. I have
Yeah.
something, and
Yeah.
I
Sure.
talked kind of
Yeah.
asking.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's good. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm gonna read. Hello. I'm 38 years old and I'm suffering from a psychosomatic illness for 21 years. There's a constant anxiety, cramp, pain, nervousness, and every second rest. Every second rest. I tried everything, every doctor, nothing helps. I'm also reading spiritual books for always 20 years. The common message in these books is this is it, but I really cannot understand. I'm now at a point that I long so much for that liberation. That's either way this enlightenment or commit suicide. I'm really frightened and I have no idea what to do. Oh my God. Hello. One moment. What, one moment. I just have to look. Do you have Zoom today? Oh my God. Yeah. No, I can answer that question. Yes. Mm, that's it. Sorry. Um, I'm sorry that there's no liberation. That's the awful message in this sense. There's no hope, because that's already the story of there will be some moment that I will be liberated and there will be no suffering in a sense. There will be no suffering anymore, maybe no pain. This is not about hope or no suffering or a state of liberation or relaxation. This is not about relaxation. It's about what is, and that's what it's so strong that when there's pain or when there's illness, there's such a big drive to solve, to make it right, to fight it, to accept it, to do anything, whatever. And that's the me is so strong in doing that that's, you could say, that's the suffering. It's not the way the body moves or have illnesses or stress or anything. That's just what's happening. And it's only an apparent happening. So it is that this is not talking for you to give relief or something like that. It's not about relief. It's not about a good message to help. This is not about helping people, because there there, there are no people. There is not someone there, and there's not somewhere over here. It's there is no me, ne- never never been, and that there is no me. And it's not about understanding. You don't need to understand this. And a lot of people talk about this and trying to make it more clear, or you think yourself you want to have it more clear, but it doesn't help. It doesn't help, and it doesn't need to, because this, the way the body moves, is already it. And we are so used to, when there's pain in the body, then there is something not right. Seems that there's something not right. Pain is just pain. Pain is just pain. And illness is sometimes it's already a story. It's just no energy, can be no energy, or pain, or not walking, not able to walk, not walking. And it's so simple and close and so tiny, that we are so used to think in the story and look for something, but you will never find it. There will be no relaxation or liberation, or finally there's no me or something like that, because it's already this. It's already what is happening. So there is no hope for something better, because this is it. This the way you look, the way the moving happens, the way cramps happen. There can be cramps in this body. There can be a lot. Still, there can be a lot of cramps and pain, anxiety. That's still there, of course. It's not finished when there's no me. It's just finished. The anxiety is finished and the cramps. This body is a very tense body. So there still in this body there can be cramps. There still are, and maybe some they are relaxing, and then there's a lot of pain. It's just going on, of course, but it's going on for nobody. So there's no one trying to change it or name it, or it's not important. It's not my body, so it's just happening, and I don't even know if it's in the body or it's somewhere. It's just an apparent happening. I think the storm in me is too heavy to see that. The storm is it. When there's a storm, it's just a sensation. The sensation is it. And that's so close. It's so normal. It's not special, and it will not be like when you feel the storm, or you see the storm, or the storm is there. Oh, then it will lie down. No, it can be then stronger or not, or I don't know what happens when there's storm. There can be storm around, and it doesn't mean that when there's just the storm, then next moment it will be better. We don't know. You don't know. It's not about seeing this. It's not about feeling the storm. It's already the storm. It's already that. And maybe somewhere it's not you have to understand this. Sometimes it's somewhere else that these meetings are more energetic. So in some sense that can be understood in not in the mind, but somewhere else. It's sometimes it's coming in and it is heard, but sometimes it's not. I can't say that. Mm.
Hello, Rosemarijn.
Hello.
Hello, I couldn't get to Zoom, you know, it was some difficult for me.
Yeah, I know that.
So I'm a little bit
That's
late, I'm sorry. I wanted to
okay.
be
No,
early,
that's
you know,
good.
I came home because I wanted to Zoom and now I couldn't manage. I'm not so
Okay.
much technique good in these computers and
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah, it's a new thing. I know.
Yeah,
But you're
it's
there.
horrible.
You're there.
Yeah, it's great.
Mm. Ah, there's a chat. Also, can you say something about the system? Oh God, the system. Yeah, it's the system, the survival system. But in fact, it's in the story. In the story, there is a survival system, and that's embodied by things like behavior or the way you have to think or the way you have to do some things or this is good and this is not good, and that's embodied by years, you could say, to and everybody has a different survival system. And in the center, it seems to be that there's a center in that survival system, and that's the me. And that's only a dream. It's only the brains are capable of abstracting things. So it seems that there is a survival system with all kind of manners, and there seems to be a me who can have control, is the boss of the whole system, and have the control and decides with the with the thoughts. That's more the tool of the me. The thoughts look seems to be the tool that when you're thinking right, of what you want, you have to decide. Then you have then the thoughts seem to help to do the right thing, and it's just thoughts. It's just thoughts. So it seems like it's the boss, and it's like um, helping you to survive in this threatening world, and there to have good relationship, or to be safe, or to be healthy, or anything, and to do what is right. And all that whole system seems very important when there seems to be a me, because then there's something somewhere, there's something missing, and there's something not right, or there's a threat somewhere, and it seems like, oh, I have to make it right. And when you have the feeling of control, and like, oh, I can do something, that gives a bit of safety, and a bit of feeling like, oh, I'm in control. I can have my life in my hands, or things like that. I can choose. So when you feel like I can choose, you think you can do the right choice, but of course you can also seemingly do the wrong choice. And the wrong choice is of course not a wrong choice. It's just what's happening is different from that choice, that seemingly choice. So that's the only thing what's happening. There is that whole system is just a dream. It's just an abstract system what we people are capable of. Like also in thinking like, why is this? Oh, this is because of I did that, and now I'm da 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 da. It's no, that's the whole thing of and relationships and looking to someone, and responsibility, and all those words and all those feelings, guilt, and the whole system is just a dream. There's only just what's happening, and it seems very solid. That's when there's a me, everything seems very solid and real, but in the end it's also still there's nothing happening. So it's an apparent happening. The world is just an apparent happening. There's no world, of course, because that's also an abstract thinking. But just moving, the movement of the hand is there and it's not. It's apparently there and it's not. So for the mind, this is bollocks. This is just you can't understand. And some sometimes there's something. Yeah, there's something that's um, not understanding it, but somewhere knowing it or somewhere sensing it. So there's a drive to this message, because it seems like, it seems like the answer, but it's not, of course, because there is no answer. There's no need for an answer, but the me and the singly center of that system, it seems like that has to look for an answer. But the center isn't real. There is no center, there is no survival system, of course. There's only the hand moving, drinking coffee, things, flowers. It's so simple and ordinary. That's it. There's no story. It seems like. And when there's no me, the story goes on and everything goes on. But it's so obvious. It's not real. It's not serious. So, well, it goes on. It's just a story. Andre, I'm going to mute you
Uh,
because the
yeah,
sound
sorry,
is
sorry. Yeah, sorry.
yeah. Okay. Oh, you can do it
But
yourself.
just
Oh,
couple
yeah.
words.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah. You
because
can say something if you want, of
yeah,
course.
when you answer to Robin about his, maybe not answer. Yeah, maybe it wasn't answer to his message. I noticed that the the wanting, the desire to help someone, it's a similar, for me it's similar that I want to help myself. I mean, I want to make it better. I want to make it better for me, and I want to make it better for the others, because there is some idea that it should be better.
Yeah.
Sometimes,
Yeah.
but
Sure.
sometimes I entering the fact that actually nothing, not even nobody, but nothing care about how it should be, but me.
Yeah.
Only,
Yeah.
only me who
Yeah.
cares how it should be. The
Yeah.
whole world, it just doesn't care about it. Will I die? Feel I bad? Like, for example, today in the morning, it was something really terrible.
Yeah.
But nobody cared about it.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do with this. I mean, with this feeling of that it's just like this, that it doesn't have any meaning, and doesn't have any progress, and and it wouldn't be any progress. I mean, in any meanings,
Yeah.
better or worse. There is, yeah, and it looks like it looks like it is like this. I mean, without any purpose.
Yeah. Yeah. Sure. There is no purpose, of course. There's no need for the purpose. There's no need for a purpose because what should be the purpose? It's already what is.
Yeah,
And
because I have some
yeah,
idea
sure.
how it
When
should
there's a
be.
me, it's you. The funny thing is, of the funny, it's maybe not funny, but when there's a me, there is a purpose. That's part of the me. There is a purpose. There is hope. There is somewhere trying. It's part of the me. So don't worry about this, but because this is the me is that all that. So it's not wrong. It's just what's happening. When there's a me, it seems like there's a me and there's purpose. Then those thoughts can go on. So what? Then it just thoughts and just thinking happening. Why not? It's just that's life in that thinking. So life is thinking. So those thoughts, it's not any better or worse than drinking coffee or something like that. We are so focused on that you will get it, or something something understand this, or something. Oh, what is this? We're so focused on that we will find it or something like that, and you forget. And what's forgotten is just the moving of your head. Is it? But you think, yeah, the moving of my head, yeah, come on, like, oh my, yeah. But what I wanted to ask is, and then we are so into the abstract mind. We're so used to think about things and trying to make it more comfortable, or to work it out, or anything. That's the normal, seems the normal way, but it's so much a dream. It's just but it's just thoughts going on. So what? And then all those thoughts and purpose and anything is going on, and just there's also walking. That's what's happening. Both. So what? There's nothing is more important than something else. So drinking coffee is the same as meditating. There's no difference. There's no difference, of course not. So there's no better person or something like that, of more far or something, or how do you say, more advanced. Of course not. It's the same. It's just a body mind in a certain movement or talking. This is not the truth. This is not about the truth or something like that. It has nothing to do with that. There's no truth. Hmm. Oh, wait. There's a question. Okay. So, when I kill someone, it's not me, it's only what's happened. But the person think I do it because, for example, I don't like the woman, or I don't like a killer is again what happened. And only I believe that's my emotion, or wait. I believe this is my emotion, and this judging is again only what's happening. Okay, now, yeah, that's a lot of. I can understand I think I understand what you're trying to say. Um, um, uh, that's what the me does. When there's this is what's happening. People say, "Oh, but when you are on an island and somebody, some animal is taking your leg, what you're doing?" Or when you're somebody that comes a murderer to you, and then you say that's what's happening, or something like that. That's how the mind works. It's always abstracting it and trying to make sense of what is said. So then you pick something out of the what is said, like this is what's happening, and then the abstract mind like saying, oh, this when I'm going outside and kill someone or something like that. It's it's not like saying fun. You can do everything. You can do anything you like or something like that. It's there is no one. So what is happening is just what is happening, and there's no one doing it. It's just life in that form, and it's not right, but it's also not wrong. It's just what's happening, and it can be painful or sad. Of course, it can be anything, but it's not. There's no responsibility, because there is no one. There is no one. And it's not about a better world or a better behavior or social behavior or something like that. It has nothing to do with it. That's just in the story and in the survival system of the me, and trying to make the world better, or better behavior for your children or for yourself, or more healthy. Because the drive is always like, I want to feel good and away from the pain. The drive is always like that. That's huge, because there's something missing, and there's a huge try to feel right again. and then the whole system is just like that, and there is there is no one who's killing, so there is no one who kills. That's huge. So there is also no responsibility. But it won't say it's right or it's wrong or something like that. But the me is always talking in stories, and when I'm trying to kill someone, it's just already a story. It's just so close, and it's just the way you move your hand. That's it. That's already it. There is no world outside or inside. It's just moving, sitting, talking, drinking coffee. That's it. It's very, very tiny and normal. Mm. And when there's judging, there's judging. So what? There can be judging, and there can be thoughts about somebody, and then you think, oh my God, what an awful man. Why not? That's just what's happening. Maybe it's saying something. I don't know. Can be, can be. This is not about being a nice person. Mm, I don't know. It's not the truth also. What I'm all the meetings I'm saying, oh, I'm gonna record it, and then it's not recorded. Oh, and I'm saying I'm not recording it, and then it's just recorded, and I don't know. It's just what's happening. It's just saying things, and maybe it's going differently. That's the way it goes. Oh, here's another question. It seems there is a parent responsibility. It's meant to say that it seems there is, and it's in the story. It seems there is responsibility, of course, and there's guilt, and when there's a me and there's a story, it seems very important responsibility. But of course, when there's no me, when there's it's not needed to see that there's no me, but because there's already no me. So in the story, you can say I'm responsible, but yeah, that can happen, of course, and you can feel like that. But there is no one, so there is no responsibility. But it can feel like that. If there's a me, it can very much feel like that and feeling guilt, like I didn't do the right thing, of course. But that's the story. That's the story of me. Okay, another way. Thanks. This is what I think. This is what I. So all we do, think, feel is only what happening. But I believe I do it. Yeah, it's my personal decision. Yeah. If there's no I, it's obvious that there's no free will. But yeah, that's it. You always think you do it, but there is no you. It's not here is no you. There's never has been a you. So there's all actions is just action. It's not done by you. It's just action. It's just walking or doing or things like that. So that's why there's no responsibility, because there's no one doing it. But even when there's no me, there's apparent responsibility. Mm. When there's no me, it's not about responsibility anymore. It's just what's happening. It's just not coming up like I'm responsible for that. That's not coming up. No, there's not an apparent. It's responsibility is abstracting. Is a story. Is a story about two people. And when there's just seen that it's not when they seen that there's no one, then it's of course there's no responsibility, but it's also there is no one, so there's never responsibility. And in the story it seems you can believe you are responsible. That's the story. In the story then you believe there's responsibility, but when there's no me, there is no responsibility. No, of course not. There's no one. So Nobody does it. It's just life happening like that. And what I mean when there's, I have the word apparent, is when there's a body, seen like you say the body is there. You say the body is there and it's not there, but it's even more. How can you say? The body is apparently there. That means it is apparently there and it's not there. And apparently, that means it's really apparently. So it's not happening. It seems to happen, but it's not happening. There's nothing happening. There's nothing. But I see there is also everything, but it's apparently, it's just seems to have a body, but it's just an apparent body, an apparent arm. That's the freedom. Isn't it totally weird that what happens is explaining it to me that it doesn't exist and that it's just what happens. So what happens is apparently crazy. Isn't that weird to you anymore? Yeah, that's very weird. That but it's nothing talking. Yeah, it's in a sense it's a mystery that there's nothing talking to nothing and trying to talk about what is apparently happening. So, but yeah, it does. It does apparently happen. So it's like that. And there's no reason, there's no why. It's just happening. It's not explaining, it's trying to tell how it is. It's more like that. And I don't know if it's clear. I don't know. When there are questions, there's coming an answer. That's it. But it's the same as the question that comes from nothing and this is from nothing. So it's the same. It's a mystery. It's a mystery. God, yeah. But it's also very normal. It's very normal. It's just walking and not thinking about how to do it or how to move or all those abstract. Maybe sometimes it comes, but most of the time it's just walking and doing and I don't know. It's just very easy, very normal, very ordinary, very simple.
Hi, Rosemarijn.
Hello.
Uh, hi. I don't have a video today because of a very
Oh, wait,
bad
wait.
connection.
It's having an echo.
But
Wait.
I do have a question. Um, if there, do you still have an echo now?
No, it's still an echo. I
Hello?
can't
Do you hear
understand
me?
what you're saying. It, oh. Oh.
Do you hear me?
Yeah, yeah. I
Okay.
think
I will
it's
write it down. I will
yeah, yeah.
write the
No, it's okay
question
now.
down.
It's okay. I can hear you.
Do you still hear the echo?
Yeah, a bit. There's still an echo
Oh,
in
it's
it.
okay, yes. I have a question. It's like, um, so I will write the question down in the chat.
Okay,
I will
that's
write it
okay.
down.
Okay. wow. It's I first do Sophie and then Anne. I come back to you. If there's no one, can one still be affected by others, their emotions and feelings? Um, um, when there's a me, you always talk in there's an affection or there's a reaction on somebody, and there can when somebody's saying something, and then there can be an emotion, and I don't know if it's from if it's from that person or if it's coming because of people say that, or I don't know why, but there can be an emotion, and then that's it. And there's the emotion, and there's nothing going on about why is that or how did it happen or things like that. And I don't know. It depends on what's the situation, what's going on then. But when somebody has a feeling like anger or no, when there's a feeling, you think, oh, that's the question. When there's a feeling, you think it's my feeling and it's in my body. I have that. I feel very sad, you can say, and the sadness is in the body, and maybe somebody else is sensing it. But the sadness is not in your body. There is sadness in space. So you think it's in your body because you're so located, and things let everything is happening inside your body, and it's your feeling and your pain and your body, things like that. But it's just body, and it seems like body with borders, but there are no borders. And that's weird because we are so used to see that the borders of body, that's the border of you. And when there's an emotion, emotions happen in the room. It's not only in the body, it's just in the room. And maybe there's tears coming or not coming, or I don't know. It's not your emotion. It's just in space. So it's not about, and that's what a lot of people, I know that because I was into um, personal growing, that you don't have to take the feelings of other people with you or something like that. It's not another person and it's not your feeling. It's just happening in the room. And maybe there are two persons expressing it or not. I don't know. It's just like that. And it has no importance. It's just an emotion, just like that. It's not important. And sometimes you think, oh, feeling the emotion is important. No, nothing is important. It's just what's happening. If the emotions come till here and you have a sore throat, then it's a sore throat. So what? That's just what's happening. There's no road to a better flowing emotions or something like that. That's the story. It's not your thing. It's just what's happening. There's no you, no other person. Okay. Oh my God, but there was a chat before. How can I do that? Oh God. Oh yeah. Okay. Tony Parsons sometimes says, if the me knew what it was, it wouldn't want it. If the me knew what it was, what the me was, it wouldn't want it. I never used to believe him, but I see now and I know what he means, because it's just this full on exactly as it is. Everything seen and felt and heard exactly the same. Frustration, anger, thoughts, happiness or sadness all still happen, just the same. Just not as serious or real as before, but no one running. God, yeah. It's no way as special of different as I thought it would be. There's a while for a while, but this go. Oh wow. Oh, thank you for sharing. Mm. Even kijken. Okay. a lot of chats. So if there's no I, emotions are not in the body. When human body dies, there are still emotions because they are not dependent to have body. But yeah, yeah, there are still emotions. So when the body dies, there are emotions, but it's never been your emotion. So emotions happen in space, you could say. So it's not dependent from a body or from you. That's what the me thinks, that emotions are yours. It's not yours. It's just an emotion, and it's not important. And it can feel like very strong, and that's very strong emotion. That can be. And the way it's expressed or not expressed is exactly how it is. It's just complete. It's not nor your expression. It's not your emotion. It's just expression by life, life expressing itself. It's not wrong or right.
Hi, Rose.
Hi, hello, and
It's Anne. Can you hear me okay?
yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, the reason I said about Tony Parsons, what he says sometimes is,
Yeah,
if the me knew what this is, it wouldn't want it.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
And what seems to have happened here is the seeking seems to have stopped.
Mm,
And as far as I can see, the seeking is and was the me. And
mm,
what was trying to express in my share,
mm,
which there is no answer to it probably, but it's almost like a coming to terms with a kind of disappointment really in
mm,
what this is. I don't
mm,
know if you felt that. I mean,
mm. It's so normal. It's so ordinary.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I
And
felt that
and
for a while, for a
oh,
moment. But yeah, sure. Yeah, because
oh, you
you
did.
have an image or something that it will be maybe glorious or free or something like that. It's so normal. God.
Yeah, and even though I didn't think I had an image or expectations, I think
Mm,
it was kind of an unconscious or
mm,
a secret
yeah, yeah, sure.
expectation almost.
Mm,
And it's like it's almost like at least when there was seeking, there was thinking that there was going to be something better,
yeah, yeah,
but but you're just left with this full on.
yeah. Everything is full on. There's no escape. Yeah,
No,
sure. Mm, that's it.
at least before it was like there would eventually be an escape and there was an excitement in seeking
Mm,
for that.
mm,
But now
mm,
there's no escape, there's
mm,
no next,
mm. Yeah, yeah,
there's nothing to come. And
yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Mm,
sometimes a bit pissed off, really.
mm. Yeah, yeah. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm,
I mean,
mm,
initially there's a bit of a wow,
mm.
sort of, but would you say that's you say that's happened for you as well?
Um, um, the disappointment was for a second was that it was there because I thought also there will be some freedom, feeling, or I didn't know what, but there will be something different.
Yeah.
And it wasn't, and everything did go on. There was some moments it was very clear, everything was very clear, but that fell away too after a
Yeah.
while.
Yeah.
And then the normal way of thinking did for a while also go on. So, but there was nothing picking it up, but it was still, the trying to analyze was there, and then it fell away,
Mm.
but I
Mm.
forgot, so I didn't notice that fell away, or there was no awareness. So I didn't notice that it was not picked up anymore. So when there was a contraction sometimes,
Mm.
I like, oh my God, it's the me is back again, because
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
thought the contraction is the me. But also that after a while, those thoughts didn't come anymore. And
Yeah.
you could say in a sense, and that's maybe strange, but you could say that after that, now it's, I think, I don't know how many years, if you talk in the story, there's several years, maybe 4 or 5, I don't know, something like that. And um, it's stronger now, in a sense, you could say. It's not the wow is stronger, but um, it is stronger. I can't say how to say it, but it's the story doesn't come in, and it's just so obvious. It's just a story. So, and in the beginning it was just a little bit more, the brains were used to do it, so they were more into on those stories, and talking to people. And then it's, yeah, maybe it's getting bored or something, and it's less. And the body, I have a very tense body. I did have, there is some relaxing going on, but in the beginning it was not yet that relaxing. So, and after a while the body is going to relax, and so it's more, yeah, strong. Yeah, it's strong. You could say it's stronger, but it's the the tensity can still happen, and the contraction this does still happen, and the pain or something like,
Yeah.
it's still, yeah, sure, that goes on. It's the
Oh
body is
yes.
still the same as before in that sense, but it's more. There's still. I talk with Tony about that, because there is, in that sense, it's strange to say that there seems to be a development, but in a sense, of course there isn't, because there's only this. But
Yeah.
sometimes when you talk in the story, you could say that, but it's only a
Yeah.
story. But maybe I can I just tell it like that.
Yeah. Yeah. I know. I like the way you talk about it very honestly, and I resonate with that, and I resonate with the story of development as
Yeah.
well.
Mm. And
Even though I
still,
know,
and in the
yeah,
same time, there's no story, of course. It's so obvious also.
yeah,
But sometimes in talking with people, that comes up, and then
yeah. Well, you've got to
something
talk
like
in
that.
concepts and stories with people
Mm,
because that's all we've got
mm,
um,
yeah,
to communicate with. But
yeah.
yeah,
But
it's just
mm,
strange.
mm,
And there's no way to really know
no,
if the
it's not
me's
that
gone or
way.
not.
Oh,
It just doesn't come up anymore as an issue.
okay. Wow. Nice. Good. Mm,
Yeah, it's nice, but I'm just hitting that sort of, don't
mm.
know.
Yeah, and it's nice, and it's also the same. It's just it's very
Yeah,
strange
exactly.
and normal. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm.
exactly. Not totally normal. And
Yeah.
yeah, like you
Mm.
say, no escape. But
No.
yeah, I mean, I have spoken to Tony a bit about it, but I think probably talk to him a bit more about it and
Mm.
see how that goes. But
Yeah.
it's lovely being able to talk to you about it and just,
Mm.
get your
Yeah.
perspective.
Mm-hmm.
And I really appreciate that. Thank you.
Ah, okay. Thank you. Thank you
Thank
for
you.
telling me. Wow.
Mhm.
Rose, er is another chat.
Ja, dank je. Ga even kijken. Ehm, So if your life is really miserable, that's the yeah. So if your life is really miserable, it stays miserable. What's the point of this meeting? Oh, there is no point of this meeting. Oh, there is no point. I'm not trying to give you a better life or to help you feeling more more nice, more have a good feeling or something, explaining how to get there. When there's the strange thing is when you say life is miserable, it's like a whole story and a lot of moments of this. When there's just sitting on the couch, then there's maybe a sensation, a feeling, and then there's walking to the kitchen and there's just walking, maybe there's nothing else, and then there's thinking and there's just thinking, and then there's um, it seems like because you're thinking a certain way, then there's some emotion, but it's just thinking and then there's just an emotion, and maybe it's you don't even know what the emotion is. Maybe you think you know, and there's a lot of going on about, oh, that's my, oh, and the whole story about something is going on. And if that's happening, that's the thoughts are just thoughting, then that's happening. So it's so singular. It's only that there is no story. We always make a story of this has happened, and because of that I'm feeling that, and because of that, and then the whole thing is like, oh, I'm feeling always like this, but there is no always. It's just feeling miserable, and then maybe nothing, and then biking, and then drinking coffee, and then uh, pain, and it changes all the time. It's always new. It's not constantly pain. So I did say constantly pain? No, I don't know. I don't think so. Maybe. That's not what I meant. There's no constant pain. There can be pain, and then there's nothing, and then there's a thought, and there's pain, and there's drinking coffee, and it feels like because we are so focused on a certain feeling, and you don't want that feeling in a certain way, that it seems like it's always there, but it's just there, and the strange thing is, and it's there and it's not there in the same time, so it's not real. That's really a mystery, because it seems so real when there's a me. The feeling of pain, for example, seems very real, but it's pain and it's not in the same time. It's not real. That's amazing. And then there's walking, and then there's pain, and then you don't even know where the pain is. You don't even know where it comes from. We are so sure that it's pain in my leg. Maybe it's just somewhere, I don't know. It's just pain. My pain is almost constantly. Mm, yeah. And there's pain, and that's, but pain is not the enemy. It seems like it seems like there's pain is something. I have pain, and pain is seems like this very solid and real. And I can't say to you, oh, don't think that it's real or something like that. I know, of course not. But it's talking about pain. It's pain is there and it's not your pain. It's just pain somewhere. It's a sensation. Maybe the word pain is already a story. It's just a sensation in the body, just like that. Okay, bye, Sophie. This is not about not feeling pain anymore, or feeling better after a while, something like that. When there's a body with a lot of tension and a lot of pain, maybe there's a body with pain that can be, or a body which the legs don't function. That can happen. Everything can happen. But it's not your body. The suffering is when there's a you and there's a me, then that's the suffering where we're talking about. Because then when there's a me and there's always thinking there's something not right and I have to make it wrong right, or there's I doing the right thing. There's always a doubt and a belief and a hope and things like that. And that's the suffering of the me. And this is about there is no me. There is no me. There's just what's happening. There's no wrong. There's no right. There's no need to change because this is already it. This is already it. It's just pain or coffee drinking or moving or sitting. It's very simple, very ordinary and tiny without any story. There is no story. There can be a story, an apparent story, but it's a dream. It's a dream.
Yeah, you can say it's a dream, but it looks, how you say that? Ik heb het even tegen haar. When this, these psychological patterns, when they drop away, that must be a great feeling, I guess.
I don't know. I don't remember. It's yeah. It seems so real when there's a pattern in that system. Then there's a lot of thoughts going on about that, and it seems so real. It's so the belief is so strong because it seems so normal to think like that. But it's just thoughts, only thoughts. That's it. It's very neutral, not important. They can come and go. Nothing will happen when you don't follow your thoughts or something like that. It's just what's happening. It's just sitting there, very practical things, looking. And memory can be there. What is memory? Memory is just memory. It's when you talk about time, when you believe in time, there is past, there is a future, and then when there's something had happened before, then there can be a memory, an image in the mind, or yeah, an image about what had happened. But that's just the brain is capable of making that in the mind, and then that's just a memory. It's not what really happened at that time. That it didn't happen also. It's not the same when you are thinking about what happened an hour before. It's the memory is not the same as what happened. That's different. That's a different. And it seems very real. A memory seems very real, like this has happened and now I have to do it differently because that was very I had a very wrong feeling, a very awful feeling about that, and now how can I change it and things like that. But it's already it's already this, so there is no past. It's so when there's a me, it seems so normal to think that but there's a past, there's time, there's something had happened, and that is really happened. There's only this. This is everything, and we are so used to when there's a memory, we believe that the memory is like really, it did happen, and we can think about and we can learn from it, and we make it very real. It's just a memory in the story.
Yeah.
Mm,
Thank you.
mm. It, when there's a it seems like so also in it's the same as if there is there a world. There is no world. The world seems the brain is so capable of making images of other countries. Of you read in the newspaper and you make an image of people in Africa or people in America or thing. It's just an image, and then you think it's real. I was walking in New York and I was like, oh, I thought I knew what New York was, but it was just from the movies. It's you have so abstract mind. It's so capable of believing that everything is real and there's a whole world with persons over there and your house and everybody over there. And this where you're sitting, this is everything. There is no outside. There is just this. No inside or outside. It's this is everything. It can be a memory. That's only a memory. Ah, it's still recording, I see. So I hope it went well. Hmm. There's only everything. There's only everything. And everything is the moving of your hand, the sitting, the footsteps, the closing of the computer. It's so tiny and so ordinary. And there can be thoughts, there can be emotions, but there is no you. There is never a you. There has never been a you. Not not a you in Rose or something like that. There is no you, never, ever. So nothing is happening. It's just apparently there. It's just apparently happening for no one.
Rosemarijn,
Yeah,
may I ask you?
of
I'm
course.
sorry of my English.
Yeah.
So when you say that if it's pain or everything, it's not actually in body, it's somewhere, but I think it's feel in my body.
You feel it
Pain,
in
for
your
example,
right.
emotion.
You feel
I
pain in your
believe that
body.
it's something in my body.
Yeah. Okay.
And you say that it's somewhere, but you cannot say where or how to. So
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
so when physically body died, it's
Mm.
still pain or emotions continues
But
because it's not dependent of physical body.
no, there is no. The emotions doesn't happen. They don't happen in the physical body. They just happen in space. The physical
I
body is
know.
not real. There is
And
no
yes,
physical body. It's not real.
so where is no physical body die, so
Yeah.
there is only no one, no, there is only everything and
Yeah.
nothing.
When there's no physical body,
Yeah,
it's only an apparent physical body. It's apparent, so it's not
yes,
real. So there
yes,
is no body that dies.
yes,
It's
yeah,
just the
yeah,
body is
yeah,
not happening anymore.
yeah,
So
it's not
it's just
happening,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah,
That's amazing. If it's mind blowing. It's
yeah, yes, yes.
mm. I was sitting in the garden for a long time ago, maybe 20, 10, 15 years ago, I don't know. And I was sitting in the garden, and then suddenly there was no body. And I just there was something looking in the garden, but there was nobody. I was completely shocked, like, oh my God. I was so sure my body is always there. So it was like, oh my God. And I thought, oh, there's nobody. I have to drink coffee or eat something. Maybe it's coming back. And I was just walking there. And after a while, I don't know how, but suddenly it was there. And I was like, oh my God, what is this? And then I did phone Tony Parsons because that was the one who was talking like this. And I was like, oh my God, what happened? And he said, yeah, that's normal. And it is. It is. We're so convinced that it's real. It's always there.
Yeah.
God. That doesn't matter. Then there's the belief that's always there. It doesn't matter. It's not wrong or something. It's just like that. But it's funny to hear that there can be something else. Maybe there's
Yeah,
something
it's
else.
good. It's good. I like it.
Mm, mm. So I was doing my final talk, but now it's going differently. Oh, there's other people are getting going. It's all right. Uh, it's already this. It's already this. It's the way you look. It's the way the moving happens. It's the way the body is. It's the way the behaving comes. That's it. It's already this. There's nothing wrong. There's also nothing right, but there's no need to change. That's wow, that's huge. That's the unconditional love, that there's no need for change, that this is already it. The way you look, the way everything moves, the way life is going. Life is already unconditional love. It's not about you. It's not interested in you. It's just life. Mm. Thank you. Thank you for
Thank you so
joining
much.
me. Mm,
Thank you so much.
thank you.